Welcome to another exciting episode of Musa and Show. Here is what we have today.
Sanibona, ngicabanga ukuthi asikakazi ukuyeka ukukhuluma indaba yebudget ngoba into eqhubekayo. Njengoba ubona la esithombeni laba ibona abaholi abavotele i-fiscal framework ngendlela abekayipropose ngayo uminister. Kodwa ngesethembiso sokuthi in 30 days bazoza nesisombululo bona ukuze ingakhuphuka iVAT. Kodwa izinto ngendlela ezenzeka ngayo ziyaphikisana nalento abayipropose. Buka nje la. Lena imessage evela ku-FNB, First National Bank, ethi ke iVAT iyakhuphuka. Bathi njengoba iVAT izokhuphuka isuke from 15% ukuya ku-15.5 kusuka ngomhla ka-1 May 2025 kuzoba nenguquko ke kuma-charges kubantu ababhenka ne-FNB. Yingakho ke baze bathi abantu abavakashela ema-website ukuze bezokwazi ukuthi kwenzakalani ngama-charges. Angikakayibheki iCapitec kodwa ngizama ukuthi ngithi lezi zinto lezi abayishoyo bona ukuthi kuseno 30 days kodwa amakhampani aqalile manje ayazikhuphula izinto ngenxa yokukhuphuka kweVAT ama-price aya-adjusta. I-Eyewitness News ibhala ipost ethi Action SA iwona i-ANC ukuthi izophula ishuthi izophuma kuyisupporter kwi-budget uma ngabe iVAT ingakhuphuka ngoba phela bavumelene ukuthi ayizukhuphuka iVAT up until kuze kudlule le 30 days. uHelen Zille wayeseyaresponda wathi no man, uyazi ukuthi i-fiscal framework le eneVAT iphasisiwe eParliament isikhona, you were April fooled, that's why nje ibone thina size siye enkantolo. So ngifisa ke ukuthi ngidlala ivideo ezosivezela ukuthi kwenzakaleni kahle kahle kwi-portfolio committee. Le portfolio committee ebinamandla okuyi-amenda le fiscal framework ingabi nayo iVAT noma i-amende lento eshiwoyo le 30 days ibe in writing kwazi ukuthi into ekhona. Ngifisa ukudlala lo video kodwa umbuzo enginawo ngabe ngempela uHerman Mashaba was April fooled by ANC? Ngingakayicaphonye nje video. Ngiyacela subscribe ku channel, ulike ivideo, ucomment comment section below ngizwe ukubona kwakho. Ungasupporta futhi ngokujoin i-membership yale channel iqala nje ku R20 ngenyanga ukuya phezulu. Kunama video esiwacaphuna socaphuna ivideo yokuqala le khombisa ukuthi kwenzakaleni kwi-portfolio committee. Ivideo yesibili esoyicaphuna imibuzo obuzwa izolo nempendulo kaMinister of Finance ngoba izolo ominister bebephendula imibuzo eParliament. Bese sithatha ivideo yesithathu kunosisi obekhuluma ukuthi njengoba bekhulunywa lapha bekukhona indaba ye-income tax ukuthi njengoba inga-adjustwanga i-income tax iParliament liyemukela njengoba injalo le fiscal framework. Kusho ukuthini kubantu abasebenzayo? Nizongixolela ke lo sisi engizomcaphuna la ukhulume lesilungu esangixosha esikoleni. Hayi ezinye izinto angizazi. Ngisazomthola umuntu ozosichazela zona in simple terms. Kodwa nje sizomlalela kodwa ushela ukuthi abantu abasebenzayo still basazohola kodwa basokole ngenxa ye-tax. Ngiyafisa kodwa ukuthi uma kungase kwenzeka iVAT ikhuphuke, nazi ukuthi labaholo labo babonayo wazi ukuthi izinto ziyobe zibiza kangaka nje kungenxa yabo. Ngifuna ukuthi ubazi ngoba yini enibavotelayo ku-ballot paper.
I just want to clarify that Action SA stands against any VAT and tax increases. And Chair, I would like it to be in the report that we're going to consider now my recommendation, and I'll read it again. The fiscal framework tabled by the Minister of Finance is supported subject to the strict condition that National Treasury facilitates the receipt of substitute revenue proposals from the committee, together with corresponding expenditure savings that will form the basis of alternative revenue proposals, instead of A, the proposed 0.5 percentage point increase in value-added tax for the 25-26 financial year, effective 1 May 2025, in respect of which the committee has expressed serious concerns, and B, the failure to adjust personal income tax brackets in line with our higher of actual CPI inflation for 2024 or the projected CPI inflation rate for 2025 to prevent bracket creeps. And furthermore, the committee recommends that the alternate revenue proposals and expenditure savings to balance a 28 billion shortfall, which must effectively suspend the proposed increases, be finalised and submitted by the committee to process within 30 days for consideration and adoption of this report by the House. Chair, I call for this to be included in the report, and if need be, I'd like us to vote on it. Thank you, Chair.
So you are moving for the adoption of the report with those recommendations. Yeah. Is that so? Yeah. We want to put it on record that you move for the adoption of the report with those recommendations. Objection? Yes. Honorable Molefe.
There is no provision anywhere, Chair, for the adoption of the report with recommendations. It's either it is the fiscal framework is accepted or amended.
We have passed that stage. Object. Honorable Molefe.
Njengobuzwa ke la lo mlungu lo angilazi igama lakhe ngabe ngembiza ngalo we Action SA o propose ukuthi cha bayamukela bona fiscal framework inje ngoba injalo inevet injalo kodwa bane recommendation abayenzayo ukuthi in 30 days bazofuna ama alternatives la ezofaka khona uyaphakama uBrian Molefe we uphakamisana uBrian Molefe we MK uthi cha kule committee zimbili izinto esizenzayo it's either siyayi adopter noma siyayi amenda there is no law esivumelayo ukuthi engathi isiphi imvume yokuthi after isiphume kuleli office seyingaphindwa futhi kuthiwa kukhona ama adjustment enziwa kuyo ifiscal framework yilana kuphela yipi ayikho enye provision manje nje obuzwa nje bemvimba.
Yes, Tom.
Very much, Chair. It's just a point of clarity. I'm not disputing your ruling.
No problem.
I want to understand. So, Honorable Beasley, because I think there's also a bit of a confusion. We're dealing with two things. There's a committee report and there's a fiscal framework. So, Honorable Beasley is not proposing an amendment to the fiscal framework any longer. Would that be correct? That's what we were trying to ask. Would we be can I maybe get a response so that would it be correct to make that assertion that Honorable Beasley is no longer proposing an amendment to the fiscal framework, but is proposing that we include a recommendation in the committee report to Treasury that they must go and find other avenues to generate the 28 billion shortfall other than VAT. So this is a recommendation to be included in the committee report. It's not an amendment to the fiscal framework. Am I correct in my understanding? So that means Honorable Beasley's proposal is that they support the fiscal framework, including the VAT increase, and the committee report must include a recommendation to the Minister of Finance and Treasury to go find alternative means to generate revenue, the 28 billion shortfall that is supposed to be. But as things stand, the fiscal framework with its VAT proposals is not amended. The committee report recommends somewhere in 30 days to go and find an alternative way to generate what VAT ought to generate. Can we speak with these two separations and understanding? That's why I'm asking clarity. Am I correct in understanding it in this fashion? Thank you, Chair.
Sorry, Chair. I think, Chair, Honorable Tambo is very unfair to the honorable member because he was given an opportunity to make his own submission. Now, I don't get it. Why is he trying to explain a submission that a proposal that was made by another honorable member?
It's a clarity seeking question.
That honorable member can do that explanation by himself. He must just simply ask it through you if he does not understand that. He must not just repeat it now as if we're not campaigning here, Chair. We're not campaigning here, Chair.
Njengoba ubona kusinawo la ufuna ukucacisela ukuthi Honorable Beasley uthi uyayemukela ifiscal framework injalo inevet injalo na bese beki recommendation phezulu ufuna ukucacisela kodwa ke bam overpower ukuthi angilazi isibongo salobhoti lo ngiyasola ukuthi umncwango kodwa ngifuna ukusho njalo ngoba we Action SA 9 unana akufanele sizocaphuna ke manje uDr Beck we DA.
onto the point made by my honourable colleague. He is saying that he accepts the fiscal framework. He's saying he does not amend the fiscal framework. That's fine. And then he's saying he recommends that we find some savings. Let the record then state that Action SA supports a fiscal framework that includes a 1% VAT hike over 2 years, that includes bracketry, and is making some recommendations.
Dr. Beck, you are, wait, Beasley.
Interesting kakhulu le ndaba ngoba uthi Dr Beck asikubeke kucace kube on record ukuthi i-Action SA isupporta i-fiscal framework ene-VAT bese bebeke i-recommendation yokuthi i-National Treasury in 30 days ayifande ama-alternative. If ayiwatholi shuthi izoyiphasisa ke ne-VAT. Ngizocaphuna ke manje i-video yayizolo le ngikuthembisa yona yayizolo njengoba kade ominister bephendula imibuzo eParliament. Uza ukuthi uphendule wathini uminister eParliament uzobe sowuyabona ukuthi kungani amakhampani eseqalile kuba nama changes kuma price kuba nezinguquko manje ngenxa ye-VAT. Angizukusho mina uzozizwela.
Thank you, House Chair. Minister, something unprecedented happened yesterday. Members of Parliament gave you a mandate to go and balance the revenue and expenditure estimations within 30 days. And it's our understanding as MK Party that it usually takes a protracted and a very congested process of at least a year for you to come to a determination of fiscal framework and revenue proposals. Well, yesterday you presented a product of that protracted process. Now, MPs outsource their responsibility of amending your recommendations to the House.
What is the question, Honourable Member?
The specific question here, Chair.
Because your time is almost up.
Relax, Chair. I'm going to the question. Just relax. Now you are given 30 days to do something that you failed to do in a year. To us as MK Party, so what we want to know, how are you going to ensure that in these 30 days, you will be consulting accordingly?
Thank you, Honourable Member.
You will be using the right
Your time
estimations
is now expired.
to make a determination of your new proposals.
The Honourable
Thank
Minister.
You.
I suspect, Honourable House Chair, Honourable Van Rijn probably didn't, that's probably why he voted against the decision. Probably didn't understand its meaning. My understanding is the following, is that a couple of political parties have said, we have alternative proposals which will put across to replace both the income tax proposals and the 5%. I may say, for instance, one of the parties said to me, you have an institution which you are giving 20 billion rand, and this institution does not have the capacity to spend 20 billion rand. It can only spend 5 billion. We think that you should take that 15 billion rand as an alternative. I'm just giving you that. So what's going to happen is that over the next 30 days, we'll be exploring alternative proposals to replace our tax proposals. And we've said we are going to entertain that discussion with every political party. We will cross the time frames when we get there. If there's a time necessary to extend, we'll discuss that.
Uminister kubeka kucace ukuthi cha ama-political parties athe wona azowathola ama-alternatives la kuzotholakala khona enye imali ukuze ingakhuphuki i-VAT. So uzoyi-entertaina leyo nto for the next 30 days uzoyi-entertaina Khumbula ukuthi uminister esikhuluma ngayo wathi I negotiate ibudget. Manje uthi uzoyi-entertainer, usho ukuthi uzobanikeza nje ithuba ukuthi yenzani lento yenu ngibona ukuthi iyasebenza na. Kodwa yena umile ekuthenini iVAT yakhuphuka. Yingakho amakhampani enza kanje ngoba uminister kububa ashorile labo athi sure sizayimisa indaba yeVAT bese sibheka lama alternate. Manje uzoyi-entertainer for a sake yokuthi ubathembisile ukuze bavote nabo. Mhlambe yimo ongezwanga kahle. Yingakho ngithi ngicela ukuphawula kwakho. Ngizocaphuna usisi lo ngithe ukhulumele isilungu lesi esangixoshe esikoleni. Achaze into omthelela wale income tax. I-income tax ke ilento abayibiza nge-pay as you earn. Mongabe ubheka i-payslip yakho uma usebenza ibhala PAYE. Leya mali deductwa according to ukuthi uhola malini ayilingani.
Dumetse, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning. Let's start off with the decision that was announced during the budget speech that there won't be any adjustments when it comes to the tax brackets. What's the implication of that? Also considering that right now you have some people that are saying that as it stands, they've already noted that this has had an impact on what they are able to take home.
Thank you very much for having me, Aldrin, and good morning to you and the viewers at home. It is exactly that. So the about turn to freeze the PIT brackets and not to adjust them for inflation essentially means that your purchasing power at the till is being eroded for yet another year. If you may just allow me just to take a step back, just to take the viewers into the trail as to what happens in the tax system. So we know that South African tax system is a progressive tax system, as many other jurisdictions around the world. That means the more you actually earn, is the more tax you should be paying. So the decision by the finance minister or the Ministry of Treasury not to adjust the tax tables means that even if you earn more, you're progressing in terms of actual earning. The tax brackets push you into higher and higher brackets, which means that your purchasing power is being eroded by additional taxes, although your income isn't actually increasing. Therefore, when you get your increase letter, it all looks, all hunky-dory and you're happy that you got the increase, but in actual effective tax rate terms, you are taking home less. You're actually in a worse off position because those brackets were not adjusted for inflation.
Akuchazayo sisi la ukuthi njengoba uminister engayi-adjustanga le tax what bracket wathi le yabo according to inflation bekufuneka bayi-adjuste igcine ukuthi i-tax iyagcina la ayidluli. Kodwa manje imthelela wayisekuthenini noma emsebenzini bangakukhuphulela imali kodwa i-tax izokhuphuka nayo ngoba phela i-pay as you earn shuthi izokhuphuka nayo. Ugcina wena usuthatha imali encane mawuqala ukubona ukuthi hawu bangikhuphulele ngo-R10 ngenza umzekelo, kodwa manje mawusuhola still i-tax iphinde yagebhula kakhulu nayo yathatha eyayo imali, kanti ukube bekayi-adjustile kwakhona la igcina khona bowuzoba khona umehluko noma usukhushulelwa imali emsebenzini. Yilento ayichazayo usisi la, noma ke isilungu sakhona ngishilo ngithi lesi sangixosha esikoleni, kodwa nje ilokho engikuzwile yena uyachaza kubantu abazithi ukhuluma ngani bayamuzwa, kodwa nje ngiyazi ukuthi lento imayelana nale tax le eyi-income tax ukuthi uminister uthi akeze ukuyi-adjusta. Ezinye zezinto lezi i-fiscal framework ebekufuneka izi-adjuste i-EFF kanye ne-DA ekhulume ngazo, kodwa ke yabahlula ke i-majority uma kuvote ukuthi cha tax bracket asi-amende nale ye-value added tax asi-amende ngoba ayisabavikeli abantu abasebenzayo. Uma manje kuthiwa ukhushulelwa imali emsebenzini ngesikhathi kwengezwe imali iyakhuphuka nemali otaxwa yona, ugcina ungabonakali kahle umehluko kanti usazokhokha ngempela. Ngicela simcaphune kokugcina bese siyayivala ivideo ngoba ngishilo ngathi isilungu sakhe ilesi esangixosha esikoleni.
So if you look at the budget review that was supposed to be tabled on the 19th of February, there the Minister of Finance had taken a decision to adjust the lower two brackets by full inflation and then partial adjustments to the rest of the brackets. The adjustments were about 4.85% in order to compensate for, the effects of inflation, right? However, because the VAT hike didn't go through and the Treasury had to look for more money, they froze it. So the tax tables did not increase for inflation at all. That means that even though your income has increased by 5% as per the data from your employer, because the tax brackets had only been adjusted by 4.85%, it wouldn't really have made much difference, but it would have cushioned the blows, which means that your income would have moved with the tax brackets, right? And you would have actually been in a better position. But now that it's frozen, it means that you are actually in a worse off position. If you can just allow me just to do a small calculation, not too high level, of what this actually means. If you look at the 2016 year of tax, right, and you do the calculation as per the brackets there, your effective tax rate that you would have paid would have been about 45,000 Rand, right? If you take the 2026 tax brackets, because now these haven't been adjusted, you would have paid an effective tax rate of about 65 or odd thousand Rand if you look at the brackets as they stand now. That is working on an assumption that you earn a gross salary of 200,000 Rand between those 2 years that hasn't really been adjusted. So the same salary, but because of the non-adjustments in tax brackets, you're paying a higher effective tax rate, which is the actual percentage of your total income that you hand over to SARS. So you're actually in a worse off position because those brackets were not adjusted. Some tax experts say that in order for you to compensate for the effects of this non-adjustment in inflation of the tax brackets, employers actually have to increase your salary by a percentage above inflation. So not the usual 5% or 5.5%. In order for you to just barely make it, you need an increase of about 6.13 to 6.5% in order for you to counter the effects of this non-adjustment in the PIT table. So that even if you are pushed into a higher bracket, your income is able to survive and you actually have some purchasing power.
Wasibambeni la. Ngoba uyichazile impela lento ayichazile noma ngikuzwile okunye kodwa anginasiqiniseko sakho. Manje angifuni ukukhuluma ngathi ngiyazi kodwa ngizwile khona ukuthi uyasokola impela ngizwile manje bathi ungcono umqashi wakho mayengakukhupulela ngama% adlula inflation kuba ngconywana sengiya understand manje kungani ukuthiwa kune strike sabasebenzi bafuna ukukhushulelwa amaholo ngo10% ngo12% kodwa ikhampani umqashi ufuna ukukhipha 8%. Ngicine ngimangala ukuthi hayi man kanti kusuke kubalekelwa zona into ezinje ukuthi siyayibona lozweni uthi wena ufuna ukusinika yona kodwa ayenzi imehluko ngenxa ye-tax egcina isala khona ngoba uma ungazi ufana nami nje ugcina ubone ngathi ama-shop steward nama-union awekho reasonable ngoba abanye baze bahlale yabona nje nokubuka istrike samafemo ensimbi bake bahlala inyanga yonke kulokuphikiswana kuthiwa umqashi ufuna ukukhipha u6% u7% bona bafuna u12% mhlambe bagcine bevuma mase ku8 point something 9%. Ngisho ukuthi kwesinye isikhathi ngenxa yokungaziqondi lezi zinto sicina sibasola labantu kanti basuke bebalekela zona lezi zinto. Bile vile bengithi angikulethele yona sikhulume ngale ndaba ngoba lento iyasi-affecta impilo zethu nsuku zonke. And ufunda okunye okubalekile uma unethuba ayasifundeni bafowethu nami ngiyalungisa nje ngonyaka oza mhlambe ngibuyele esikoleni funda kuyinto ebaluleke kakhulu. Buka nje labo sisi bazichaza kahle kanjani lezi zinto ifanele sifundeni kodwa sifunda ama-course are-relevant nesikhathi esiphila kuso. Angizukukhuluma ngoba ngikhuluma ngayi-career guidance kodwa nje ney'ngane zethu asizitshele zifunda ama-course are-relevant ngoba kusiza ngani ukusuka la uyofunda i-general management, kusiza ngani ukusuka la uyofunda i-hospitality. Bangaka abantu abayenzayo uzobuhluke ngani wena ukuthi uthole umsebenzi? akusizi ukuthi sihlale sithi sifundile kodwa umsebenzi awukho kanti sifundele vele ama career lawa angayindawo angasekho relevant. Yeah, kuze sizokwazi ukuya phambili ngempela. Fanele lezi zinto lezi sikwazi ukuchazelana zona kahle. Fanele ngabe nje kube ngifundile ngabe ngiyakwazi ukukuchazela kahle lezi zinto. Kodwa ngoba isilungu uyasazi uzwele nawe sisekhuluma. Mina nawe sidibane kwivideo elandelayo ngiyabonga.